The redesigned 2026 Honda Passport isn't taking that lying down, meeting them head-on with a rugged appearance and significant hardware upgrades intended to help it retake some ground on both the showroom floor and on the trail. From what we now know, the improvements include a stiffer chassis courtesy of Honda's small light truck platform, a beefed-up suspension, fresh styling and tech inside, and an exterior that looks to be the product of a torrid love affair between a Toyota 4Runner and a Ford Bronco Sport, and we mean that as a compliment. While pretty much every crossover with a hint of the sport brute makes those same claims, in the case of Honda and its new 2026 Trailsport, it might actually be true. With upright, chunky exterior styling that relies on bold forms for character rather than the outgoing generation's oversized detailing, the next generation Passport makes a strong first impression. The slim, simple grille, rectangular LED headlights and broad, flat hood provide just enough of a throwback look without pandering to a past Honda didn't participate in. Honda's 285 horsepower 3.5-liter V6 paired with the former 9-speed automatic is swapped out for 10-speed, which sends its output to Honda's iVTM4 torque vectoring all-wheel drive system. Peak torque of 262 pound-feet arrives at a rather lofty 5,000 RPM. Stopping gets a boost with larger brake rotors, up 1.2 inches in diameter, and calipers. The torque vectoring system is claimed to provide 30% faster response than the previous setup and features a stronger rear drive unit with 40% more torque capacity compared to the outgoing Passport. The new Pilot rides on a 2.8-inch longer wheelbase with a 1.4-inch wider track, and ground clearance is now up a smidge to 8.3 inches. All-terrain 275 divided by 60 or -18 general grabber tires come standard on the Trailsport versions, and 7 drive modes, including New Sport, Trail, and Tow modes, allow drivers to optimize the powertrain to the terrain. Honda says the chassis is significantly more rigid than the previous version, as it's based on the Honda light truck platform Ridgeline pickup truck. That also means beefier suspension bits. There's also a unique suspension tune for the Trailsport models and several skid plates to protect the vitals. Honda has fully revised the Pilot's interior with standard power-adjustable and heated front seats, and an emphasis on a simple layout and improved material quality. The base RTL comes equipped with leather-trimmed upholstery and a power tailgate, while the Trailsport uses an easy-to-clean synthetic leather upholstery and gets a standard panoramic sunroof. All-season floor mats make the cut too. Trailsport Elite takes the high road with perforated leather seating, ventilated front seats, a heated steering wheel, rear climate controls, rear door shades, and expanded ambient lighting. Tech and infotainment start off with a standard 10.2-inch instrument panel and a standard 12.3-inch touchscreen running Honda's latest software. For those keeping score, that's 54% larger than the outgoing model's infotainment screen. Wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto are on board standard, as are 5G LTE Wi-Fi hotspot capability and a wireless smartphone charger. Google Play services include Google Assistant, Google Maps, and more with a 3-year complimentary unlimited data plan. The prior model's flat seats and sluggish infotainment systems were downsides, so we will pay special attention to these features when we purchase a Passport for our test program. We like that audio and climate are controlled by buttons and knobs that appear to be easy to reach. The Passport gets the same push-button gear selector as other Honda models. There's more rear seat and cargo room thanks to a longer wheelbase, plus a shorter front overhang to increase the approach angle, the better to climb over obstructions on the trail. Though it all sounds appealing, we'll wait until we test one to make our final judgment on how well this more muscular pilot works. Speaking of which, Honda says the 2026 Passport will hit dealerships in early 2025. Compared to the previous generation Passport, the new model benefits from an additional 1.3 inches of rear seat legroom and increased cargo room courtesy of the longer wheelbase. Honda equips all Passport models with a comprehensive suite of driver assistance features it calls Honda Sensing. The bundle includes automated emergency braking, blind spot monitoring, adaptive cruise control, automatic high beam headlamps, and more. Key safety features include standard automated emergency braking with pedestrian detection, standard blind spot monitoring and rear cross-traffic alert, and standard adaptive cruise control. As for more pragmatic considerations, the Passport's wheelbase has been stretched 70 millimeters, which means there are some 30 mils more legroom in the rear seats, and 164 liters, 5.8 cubic feet, more cargo space when the second row of seats is folded, 2,364 liters, or 83.5 cubes, in all. It's also wider the rear track by 38 millimeters and the front some 33 millimeters, so the interior is roomier. Aft of the forward canted C-pillar, a blacked-out roofline and D-pillars create what Honda calls a backpack design theme. It's not just aesthetic. The company points out that the scuff-resisted plastic trim along the edges of the roof and the top of the liftgate allows you to lean skis, fishing poles, and other adventure gear, or floor lamps, lumber, and other Home Depot detritus against the back of the Passport without scratching the paint. The maximum towing capacity for the 2026 Honda Passport remains unchanged at 5,000 pounds.